again, friends, and welcome new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to take a look at a tool, and I'm going to leave this out there right away. It's not necessary right out of the gate if you're just starting a business or you're just new to detailing in general. This is something maybe you can keep in mind later down the road if you want to extend some services, get some more professional results, maybe cut down on a little bit of time on your detail. And we're going to take a look at the Rotary Nano Polisher Extension Kit. I purchased mine from MAI Chemical Company out of Florida. They've been courteous, professional. Everything's been working great so far. I'm going to leave a link down below so that it's there for if and when you're ready for a tool such as this, because it's not one you want to buy straight off if you're just starting to take care of your car or starting a business. Okay, so without further ado, let's grab this tool, let's put it through the Apex Detail review process. The function and purpose of the tool is in its name. It's an extension of the rotary. What it does is turn the tool into a more powerful 4-foot Dremel. You get quite a bit with the kit. You get a 5/8 adapter. You get two backing plates, 15mm and 25mm. You get a bunch of pads, sponge pads. You get conical pads. You also get a felt pad and two wool pads coming in at 30mm and 25mm. This adapter here turns the 5/8 into 14mm threads. And this pin here holds the head of the tool in place so you can attach and detach the backing plates. Not much to the tool. It barely weighs half a pound. It feels like you're holding a large pen in your hand, and that's exactly how I hold it while in use. The length of the extension itself is 43 inches or 3'7". Now there may be longer extensions or additions for the extensions floating around or eBay. I'm not sure. However, I have not had any problems whatsoever with length of the extension itself. There's always been an area to lay down the rotary, turn it up to speed, and still have plenty of wiggle room to use the tool. Alright, so first we'll attach the 5/8 adapter. It's best to unscrew and slide off the platypus handle if you have one on the end of your rotary. If not, there should be a button to press that will lock in the shaft from spinning. Then you can definitely make attachment of the 5/8 adapter and the extension so much easier. You get 6 of these conical sponges total. You get 2 purple, which are for scratch removal. You get 2 orange for scratch and oxide removal, and 2 yellow, which are your polish sponges. In total, you will receive 8 of these little 15mm sponges. One is a coarse sponge, scratch removal. The yellow is a medium sponge, scratch and oxide removal. The red is a medium for mirror reduction or heavy polishing. And the blue is a fine sponge for light polishing. You will also receive 2 30mm wool pads such as this, and also a 25mm shorter nap wool pad. Two backing plates, hook and loop, one 15mm, the other 25mm. You also receive 8 25mm sponges, 2 green coarse sponges for scratch removal, 2 yellow, scratch and oxide removal, 2 red for heavy polishing, and 2 blue, which are fine polishing. And finally, 2 felt polishing pads. So the tip of the tool is just like a pen, it's held that way. You unscrew the head of it to loosen up the prongs that hold the backing plates in place. And I'm going to try and get the right angle so you can see in there. I think right there is a good angle. You can line up the holes, slide in the pin. That stops the head from turning. That way you can screw on and unscrew the heads of whatever attachment you want to put in there, the backing plates, or anything that fits on the Dremel will also work on this tool here. That's a good tip, because I know there are a ton of attachments out and coming out for the Dremel. Here we firmly have the 15mm backing plate in place, and if you want to take it out, slide the pin back in counterclockwise, and the backing plate slides right out. Alright, so let's attach the 14mm extension and threads onto the rotary and its adapter, and we'll get this puppy going. Hand tight at first, and then just grab an adjustable and snug it down. You don't want to ratchet it down at 100 pounds per square inch. We're going to start up the rotary, whatever rotary you may have or own or have in stock. Put it on low to start it up, and turn up the speed from there. Find a nice comfortable speed where everything isn't vibrating and rattling and shaking, and you're good to go. A lot of these sponges, especially the conical ones or the conical ones, have been misshapen from shipping. After a few minutes of use, all of these sponges and extensions will run nice and smooth, and it doesn't matter what speed you have the tool on. I use this attachment more for dusting than anything else. A lot of the vehicles that come in are very lightly soiled, just they need to be dusted. This extension here is excellent in between buttons on the radio, tight corners on the dash, and center console. Okay, let's jump right on into the next segment of the review. We're going to head out into one of the shop bays, put this tool to work. I simply lay the rotary into one of these carts here with 3 or 4 inch lips, so if it's vibrating and I'm not paying attention, it can't slide off the edge, fall to the ground. There isn't much vibration to begin with any portion of the tool, so I'm going to put the conical tip or extension on there, put a little bit of compound, and work behind these door handles. You surprisingly do not need a ton of pressure on these sponges to get them to cut and fix damage that may occur from fingernails or rings or jewelry. I've been using these sponges, cleaning them out with a cleaner, a pad cleaner, and then blowing them out with an air chuck, and they seem to be holding up just fine. Wear and tear has been minimal so far. The area behind the handle here was heavily damaged from fingernails and jewelry and who knows what else. And as soon as I wipe off the residue here, you could see what the tool's done. Also, excellent for any type of wheel that has intricate designs. You don't need to bang up your fingers and knuckles anymore. Just use this tool here. Now, another excellent area to bring the tool in and put it to use is in and around emblems. Most of the time I will remove them completely if it's in the budget. However, a lot of times it's not. So that's where this tool comes in. I'm going to put a tab of a drop or two of product, like a compound or a polish, in between the letters. I'll pick a little bit of it up with the sponge or the pad, work my way around the letter. When it gets dry and I need more product, just go right back to the dab again And I just continue that, and it gives me great results. That was the 15mm attachment. This is a 25mm. Depending how far apart the letters are spaced, they both will work fine. And one final example of many possibilities. You could use it as a duster in the interior. You could polish screens for displays. You could polish coated wood trim or any type of trim that may be coated or metal. Just a few examples here, but the possibilities are endless. Just use your imagination. Okay, gang. This was just a short list, what I showed you today, of what the tool is capable of. You can really think out of the box and be creative with this. If you have any questions at all on the Rotary Nano Extension Kit, don't hesitate. I'm here for you. This is definitely a tool you might want to think of when you're a little bit more established. Definitely not the first tool you want to purchase right out of the gate, but there you have it. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. I'll catch you in the next video.